Let's rank the top 5 cruciferous vegetables by nutrient density. Cruciferous vegetables, also called brassicas or the cabbage family, include cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, collard greens, turnip greens, arugula, radishes, turnips, rutabaga, horseradish, wasabi, daikon, bok choy, mustard greens, kohlrabi, watercress, and garden cress. The term cruciferous comes from the Latin cruciferae, meaning cross-bearing, which refers to the shape of their distinctive flowers. So in this video, I'm going to rank the top 5 cruciferous vegetables by nutrient density, but also share what makes this veggie family so great. But first, an ode to broccoli, the most commonly consumed cruciferous vegetable, with Americans eating an average of 6 pounds of fresh broccoli per year, making it the 5th best-selling vegetable in the United States after potatoes, tomatoes, onions, and carrots.
Oh, broccoli, I really do love you.
I don't understand why toddlers despise you. I can pretend to be a dinosaur while I eat you. You may think I'm a hungry herbivore, but actually I identify more with the term Nutrivore. And it's your nutrients, broccoli, that I adore. Not just your vitamin K and vitamin C, but all those phytonutrients that are anti-inflammatory and reduce cancer and cardiovascular disease risk substantially. In fact, just 2 servings of broccoli daily or any other member of the cabbage family reduces risk of all-cause mortality. You may ask, how big is this effect? It's big, 22% in fact. What are these extra special nutrients? Well, I would tell you, but that would end this poem since their name is glucosinolates, and nothing rhymes with that. Broccoli is actually the 15th most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetable. So while it is definitely ode-worthy and overall a great choice for health, it's not even close to the top 5. Quick note that we are ranking cruciferous vegetables by nutrient density, which means nutrients per calorie. And we're using the Nutrivore score as our mathematical way to quantify nutrient density. I talked about this calculation in detail in a previous video, but briefly, the Nutrivore score is calculated as the sum of 33 nutrients relative to their daily values and then divided by the energy density of the food. By dividing the amount of each nutrient by its daily value in the calculation, we're putting that amount into the context of how much our bodies need. And by dividing by energy density, we are converting a sum of percent daily values to a measurement of nutrient density, nutrients per calorie. So let's rank the top 5 most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetables, considering only those options you're likely to find at the grocery store. And we're starting strong with number 5 because it actually has almost double the nutrient density of broccoli. The 5th most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetable is daikon radish. Daikon has a Nutrivore score of 5,149. Largely thanks to delivering 28% daily value of vitamin C and 15% daily value of copper per 1 cup serving measured raw, plus an impressive 586 milligrams of a really important class of phytonutrients called glucosinolates. As we learned in the ode to broccoli, it is the glucosinolates in cruciferous vegetables that are responsible for most of their health benefits. So this is worth a tangent. Glucosinolates reduce risk of cancer, improve glycemic control, delay progression of osteoarthritis, and protect against cardiovascular disease. And some specific glucosinolate metabolites, like sulforaphane, additionally help to reduce risk of neurodegenerative disease, like Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. And thanks to their glucosinolates, a serving or 2 of cruciferous vegetables daily is associated with huge health benefits, most notably reducing risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and cancer. Let's look at some of the impressive statistics as motivation to eat even more of this awesome veggie family. Studies have directly linked cruciferous vegetable consumption with improved cardiovascular outcomes. For example, a huge 2017 meta-analysis showed that eating 100 grams of cruciferous vegetables daily reduces risk of ischemic stroke by 18%, hemorrhagic stroke by 17%, and all cardiovascular disease by 12%. Likewise, a 2019 meta-analysis showed that eating 100 grams of cruciferous vegetables daily reduces risk of cardiovascular disease by 11%. And a 2011 analysis showed that the people who ate the most cruciferous vegetables, which was 1 or 2 servings per day, had a 31% reduced risk of cardiovascular disease mortality than the people who ate the least amount of cruciferous vegetables, which was 1 or 2 servings per week.
Cruciferous veggies may also help protect against type 2 diabetes.
A 2016 meta-analysis showed that the people who consumed the most cruciferous vegetables had a 16% reduced risk of developing type 2 diabetes during the course of the follow-up compared to the people who ate the least amount of cruciferous vegetables. And this association held true even after accounting for other known risk factors, like higher BMI, smoking, and low levels of physical activity.
And a 2012 randomized double-blind trial found that in type 2 diabetics, consuming 10 grams daily of broccoli sprouts significantly reduced insulin levels compared to placebo. And a 2016 placebo-controlled crossover trial found that consuming either 7 grams or 14 grams of kale with a high carbohydrate meal led to significantly lower blood sugar rises in people with elevated fasting glucose.
A variety of epidemiological studies have shown that eating 5 or more servings of cruciferous vegetables per week significantly lowers your risk of getting cancer. In fact, a 2017 systematic review showed that consuming 100 grams of cruciferous vegetables per day, that's about 1 serving, on average led to a 16% decrease in total cancer risk. And various studies have shown that cruciferous vegetables reduces risk of bladder cancer by up to 20%, breast cancer by up to 15%, colorectal cancer by up to 18%, endometrial cancer by up to 21%, gastric cancer by up to 19%, liver cancer by up to 27%, lung cancer by up to 25%, ovarian cancer by up to 11%, pancreatic cancer by up to 21%, and prostate cancer by up to 10%.
How many servings of cruciferous vegetables per day or per week should we be aiming for in order to enjoy these health benefits? I think all-cause mortality statistics are the best gauge here.
A 2017 systematic review showed that eating 100 grams of cruciferous vegetables daily, again that's about 1 serving, reduced all-cause mortality risk by 12%. A 2019 meta-analysis similarly showed that 100 grams of cruciferous vegetables per day reduced risk of all-cause mortality by 10%. And a 2011 study showed that 1.5 to 2 servings per day was 166 grams for females and 208 grams for males, reduced risk of all-cause mortality by 22%.
All in all, a very strong case can be made for aiming for 1 serving of cruciferous vegetables daily. 2 is even better. A serving is 1 cup measured chopped and raw. That's about the same volume as your fist. And it's 2 cups for leafy cruciferous vegetables like kale or arugula. And a serving of most cruciferous vegetables will shrink down to about half a cup once cooked. With that hefty tangent out of the way, let's get back to our ranking.
The 4th most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetable, again only considering options you are likely to find at the grocery store, is mustard greens. They have a Nutrivore score of 5,464, largely thanks to delivering 240% of the daily value of vitamin K, 87% of the daily value of vitamin C, 22% of the daily value of manganese, 21% of the daily value of copper, 610 milligrams of glucosinolates, 6,200 micrograms of carotenoids, and 413 milligrams of polyphenols per 2-cup serving measured raw.
The 3rd most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetable is radishes.
Radishes have a Nutrivore score of 5,863, largely thanks to containing a whopping 586 milligrams of glucosinolates, in addition to 19% daily value vitamin C, 16% daily value biotin, 7% daily value folate, and 6% daily value each of copper and potassium per 1 cup serving, again measured raw and chopped.
Surprised kale isn't on this list yet? Kale is actually the 9th most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetable. So what's second? The 2nd most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetable is turnip greens.
They have a Nutrivore score of 6,370, delivering 230% of the daily value of vitamin K, 73% of the daily value of vitamin C, 71% of the daily value of vitamin A, 53% of the daily value of folate, 43% of the daily value of copper, 22% of the daily value of both manganese and vitamin E, 17% of the daily value of vitamin B6, 16% of the daily value of calcium, 811 milligrams of glucosinolates, and 21,000 micrograms of carotenoids, again per 2-cup serving.
That reminds me of a joke. Why couldn't the turnip go to the party? Because it was grounded. I hope that mom joke earned your subscribe.
The most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetable you're likely to find in the grocery store, although this one may be seasonal, is watercress. Watercress has a Nutrivore score of 6,929, and a 2-cup serving delivers 142% of the daily value of vitamin K, 32% daily value of vitamin C, 12% daily value of vitamin A, 65 milligrams of glucosinolates, 710 milligrams of polyphenols, and over 500 micrograms of carotenoids.
This top 5 was just looking at cruciferous vegetables that you're likely to be able to find at the grocery store. The actual most nutrient-dense cruciferous vegetable is garden cress, with a Nutrivore score of 11,265. While it's easier to find in grocery stores in Europe, it's pretty tough to find in North America. It is, however, pretty easy to grow as a microgreen. Another top option that's not very easy to find in grocery stores is komatsuna, also called mustard spinach, with an impressive Nutrivore score of 5,784. But the cool thing is that no matter what cruciferous vegetables you like, have access to, and can afford, they are all health-promoting options. So you don't have to just stick to these top 5. And if you'd like even more information on cruciferous vegetables and their various health benefits, along with a handy-dandy tool to track your weekly servings, then check out my new book, Nutrivore. Available in hardcover, digital format, and audiobook narrated by yours truly. You can order it from any online bookseller or your local independent bookstore. Good broccoli.